Hey, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast. Going to be reviewing the 4K edition of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. If you know me or have listened to this podcast, you know this is one of my favorite movies. I picked it up in 4K on Black Friday, very cheap. Been waiting for the right chance to watch it. That happened over the weekend, and I was literally blown away by it. I really did not expect much from the 4K. A brief synopsis of the movie, if you've never seen it. I think this is a fantastic movie of which there has never been one like it, and never has been one like it since. There was an early adaptation planned when the author, Brian Lee O'Malley, was releasing the comics, the miniature graphic novels that read backwards like Japanese manga. Edgar Wright was signed up really early on to adapt this. They filmed in 2009 in Toronto, up through March and August. Then it was released the next year. Was just released for his 10th anniversary in 2020 and 2021, respectively, in the UK and the United States. And now it's out on 4K from Universal Pictures, I believe. If you haven't seen the movie, Scott Pilgrim starred Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and a whole cast of characters played by Kieran Culkin, Chris Evans, Anna Kendrick, Allison Pill, and more. There's so many people in this movie. All sorts of great cameos, little characters. It's taken on, cult classic qualities over the years. And watching it again with somebody who'd never seen it before, I'm just blown away again by its energy. It's nonstop. I want to say action, but it's nonstop connective energy. It's just kinetic. It's just, it vibrates with actual excitement. Don't know what else. The comedy flies fast. It's a romantic comedy storyline with some superhero elements based on video games and pop culture things. Chris Evans plays a caricature of a super Hollywood star who makes big, I guess he kind of, super Tom Cruise, I guess. I just think it's a fantastic movie, and I'm not going to get too much into the review of the movie because I think I've done one before, at least one, if not more. Tells the story of Scott Pilgrim, who has no problems getting girls except the one he wants. And he has this dream girl he sees in a dream. He finds out she's real. He wants to meet her. That sounds like your typical movie, but the movie is anything but. Real bands like Beck and Metric, their music was used in the movie. Actors in the bands play, or in the movie play in the bands in the movie. He plays a character who's in a rock band. He says they suck, but they're actually pretty good. And he has to do battle with the evil exes of the new girl he likes. Things are over the top. Nothing in this movie is real. They make fun of just about everything in one point or another. I just think it's fast, furious, fun. I have not had this much fun at the movies ever. Still to this day when I watch it, it literally vibrates with excitement. From beginning to end, it's just nonstop. It's a little long, but there's a lot they're shoving in there. And by the time it ends, you have a good feeling about it. And it's over. And you're like, I could watch that again. I got very much I own all 6 of the graphic novels. I even collected some of the Funko Pops and stuff like that. I was really into the Scott Pilgrim universe. And now I'm a little bit older. It's 10 years, 12 years down the line. And I've backed off a bit and then pull it out. And what do you know? I still love the movie. The 4K release is great. Universal did a great job. It looks very filmic. The HDR presence is felt with some very realistic colors, some bright specular highlights on certain things, but this is not one you're going to put on to blow away your friends. Now, on the flip side, what's rare for Universal Studios is they gave it a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Almost all Universal films are DTS:X. They have a deal with DTX, I guess, because that almost all Universal soundtracks are DTS:X if it's object-based. But this is Dolby Atmos, full-blown, and Dolby Vision HDR. Looks and sounds amazing. As good as the movie looks, the sound is even better. A lot of directionality, a lot of height in the channels now, more definition in the music, more spacious downstage, especially when like the battles with the twin DJs and stuff like that. It was actually a very impressive audio mix that my neighbors probably regretted me testing out. Looks and sounds great. From a 4K, I did not expect much from. So if you can pick it up cheap here during the holidays, I would do so. But if it's one of your favorite movies, don't wait. One of my friends goes, it didn't come out in a steelbook? Well, I've got multiple steelbooks. The Blu-ray came out in a steelbook. The UK put out an even better steelbook with the 7 Evil X's on it. I had to import that one. And so when it came out on 4K, I wasn't looking for a steelbook. So funny. Haha. Anyway, it is not one of the best 4Ks of the year, but it is the best this movie's ever going to look and probably the best it's ever going to sound. It's a great 4K of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And if you've never seen it, if you have listened to this entire review and don't want to see it, I haven't done my job. I think it's a fantastic movie. It only gets better on repeat viewings, and it looks and sounds great. The best thing about 4K, especially what I'm known with some of these movies that don't just blow you away, because there are a few I've watched lately that just really, wow, that sounds amazing. The ones that don't, though, are still a tighter, more filmic picture. The colors are more accurate. The sound is just, everything is more defined. And anyway, that's what I found with almost all 4K releases, except for some of the smaller studios and stuff. And I think Universal is one of the companies that's doing a really good job, not an extracurricular great job. Some of the Sony stuff, some of the Warner Brothers stuff, 2001 and things like that, Blade Runner 2049, those are incredible. Dune was an incredible 4K. This is a really good 4K of a great movie. So, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. If you still haven't seen it after 12 years, go watch it immediately and have a blast with it. You got to keep up with it, though. This is a movie you kind of have to pay attention to. So the comedy flies fast and furious. The references are in there. And all in all, it's got a lot of heart, too. Very exciting. Very fun. I really enjoyed it this weekend. Can't wait to watch it again, actually. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is available on every single home video format and streaming. I highly recommend picking up a 4K hard copy of it so you can always watch it at your leisure. Scott Hamilton, I'm ROCKFILE. My links are below. Working on some things on Patreon and such as I get back into the groove of recording more podcasts more often. So thank you for your patience and happy holidays to all.